Hello everybody, and welcome to your Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse tarot reading. The full moon lunar eclipse will happen on Friday, July 27th, and that energy will be with us until the Pisces full moon on August 26th, 2018. So this video will cover the time frame of July 27th through August 25th. And the energies that come with this full moon. Now, if you have not viewed your eclipse season video that I posted, I highly recommend you do that, as I listed a lot of different information about the eclipse that we will not be covering in this video. So check out my channel and go to the playlist for your sign, the monthly playlist, and you will find your eclipse season video there. So I have created timestamps for each sign. I will start with Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and see potentially, and I say potentially because this is just a general reading. Let's see potentially which house, which area of your life is most impacted or will see the most change through this full moon total lunar eclipse. And I just want to reiterate, the longest lunar eclipse of the century. So let's see, Sagittarius. Let's see. Ooh, you guys have the 5th house, and we have the partial solar eclipse in Leo new moon on August 11th. So 5th house energy, big deal for you guys. That is where you will most likely see a lot of changes and shifting of energies. And this could be in your romantic dealings. This could be in things to do with your children. This could be your creative ability, artistic talent, reviving dreams attached to some sort of, creative ability or talent. So 5th house energy is where this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse is most impacting you, Sagittarius. So if you don't know a lot about the 5th house, I would recommend doing a Google search to gain more information about that. Okay. Also, in your own natal chart, where is your moon? Which house is ruled by Aquarius? What rules your 5th house? All right. That will give you even more information about how this total lunar eclipse full moon is going to impact you personally. So I'm going to draw a couple of cards here. All right, so we have the 3 of Wands. And we have the 8 of Wands. Lots of fire energy because Leo rules the 5th house. That's fire. Leo's ruled by the sun, right? You have this big sun right there. Wands are fire. So, woo, lots of change, lots of movement of energy for Sagittarius in this 5th house with this full moon total lunar eclipse. And from what I see here, Sagittarius, this is like a lot of communication, news, information coming at you like big time, okay? So I would say a lot of conversations, maybe unexpected conversations, are going to take place over the next month. And I was thinking about the Mercury retrograde reading I just did for you guys, and I believe, yes, it was Mercury that came out, communication, yeah. So Sagittarius, this is coming right over into this full moon total lunar eclipse energy as well, is these unresolved words that you've held inside, these communications and conversations that never took place, okay? That is highlighted here in your full moon reading as well. So that's like a big deal for you guys. If you're holding a lot in, Sagittarius, over the next month is the time to let it out, to have the conversation, to speak the unspoken words in your heart, for the good or the bad. It's just like, it's time to express, and also people will be expressing to you fifth house here, that could be a lot of romantic attention showing up, but this could also be a lot of new creative energy and drive within you to bring some sort of artistic talent or ability into like materialization to make it maybe even your primary mode of income, okay, for some of you. So very strong energy for romance coming in, or, you know, just new creative ideas, feeling totally invigorated and energized with all this fire energy. So let's pull the outcome here. Okay. Ooh, so we have the Emperor. Again, more fire energy. That would actually be Aries, the energy. So you have Aries, Leo, all right, and then Sagittarius is the third fire sign. You have 3 wands here. So, you know, Sagittarius, I'm really feeling like your fellow fire signs and you, there's something going on between the energy of Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo during this eclipse season, this full moon energy over the next month. And I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know like all the different angles and you know, different alignments of each planet every single day, every single minute, like an astrologer does. But from what I'm seeing here, because we have Aries, Leo, and then you are Sagittarius, there's like a trinity between the fire energy for you guys specifically. Like you're feeling that somehow, some way, which is bringing a lot of balance to you. You're feeling very empowered, just ready to like take on the world, with the Emperor here being, you know, the outcome, the final energy of all of this, the materialization. It's being very in control. A lot of people looking to you. If this is like your creative ability or talent, to me, this is like you could go very, very far with it, all right? And as far as like romance goes, it's almost like you take your pick, Sagittarius. So big changes in your energy level, big changes in communications, conversations that never happened finally taking place, a lot of it coming at you. A lot of new creative and passionate energy pulsating through you guys. So this to me appears to be quite positive. I really did not know what would come through in these readings, but for you guys, Sagittarius, this looks very positive. So those are your messages for this full moon energy in Aquarius. I am wishing you all the very best, Sagittarius. Take care. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Very good, I hope. Let's pull a card to see which area of your life is potentially going to be affected. And I say potentially because this is just a general reading. So, Capricorn, let's see which house is coming through for you guys. Ooh, you guys got the 12th house. So, I feel like there's things that are changing big time for you guys. There's things that are coming to a completion. There's things that are ending in your life. We've reached the final, you know, destination of that particular journey, and now we're ready to move on to something new. So this is actually very powerful. And let's pull a couple more cards to see what exactly is this 12th house talking about. What is the change? What's coming to an end for you guys? This could be positive, all right? It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. I mean, if you're at a crappy job and, you know, during this full moon energy cycle, you get a whole different job, that's a positive thing, right? Or if you change your career entirely, yeah, these fall out. It's like we're not really happy and, you know, nothing's really paying off. So what's changing here is a situation where the happiness isn't there. You spin your wheels and, you know, nothing happens, nothing changes. And, you know, 7 and 4 would be 11. Aquarius rules the 11th house. So we have this Aquarius full moon in the 11th house going on, and you guys have this 12th house energy. So this has a lot to do, you know, with your happiness, something you've really been working hard to achieve, but it's like your heart and soul truly are not in it, and there's something new that's coming your way. There's a shift of energy to where you are happy and things can work out and pay off for you, Capricorn. So I want to pull a couple more cards because I feel like that's more of like a reiteration of, it's the end of where you're having to fake your happiness, or, you know, continue to put your energy and effort into something that you just deem as futile, okay? Because sometimes, just depending on, you know, who we're involved with or whatever our job duty is in our workplace, we do have to participate and do things that we find to be completely stupid, useless, and futile, right? Okay, so we had several cards fly out here. We have the Hierophant, we have the Temperance, we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm just going to set these two over here because I feel like here's the story for you guys. Your personal truth is coming through, Capricorn. You are not happy somewhere in your life, like big time not happy, and you know it. And it's like you're at the point where it's not even worth it anymore to take one for the team or to, you know, step up and self-sacrifice. Like, it's beyond that. There's no point. But despite your feelings, it's like the situation circles back around. Like, you leave it, you come back. For some of you, others of you, it's like, I don't know how to properly disconnect myself from this situation, or I don't even know why I'm unhappy. You know, some of you might be feeling that way, but the truth is something has got to change here, Capricorn, and that's why I feel this 12th house energy is coming out, because in this position, this Queen of Coins, which is your energy, it's like you've become so thinly stretched in some area of your life, or this could be all-encompassing, and a big time change needs to happen. Like, you just don't have it in you anymore. There's not enough energy. There's nothing left. It's almost like, you know, to continue forward on this particular path would be, you know, just misery for you. And again, this could be one very specific thing going on in your life, or this could be all-encompassing. You have to apply this how it fits. But this is the universe giving you the confirmation that, yes, Capricorn, something really does need to give. Something really does need to shift and change so that you can have real happiness and reason to celebrate life and be excited to be alive and reap what you truly deserve for all the effort that you put in, okay? So let's pull an outcome card here for all of this energy. All right, we have the Lovers. So many of you, this has to do with a romantic partner or the dynamics in a relationship that's very close to you, or this is talking about how you know that some area of your life is truly not making you happy, but you're having a hard time disconnecting yourself from that person or situation. So it's a conflict between head and heart, okay? But ultimately, Capricorn, this is about you finding real happiness. So whatever this total lunar eclipse is removing out of your life, it's clearing the path to make way for your ultimate happiness, and for many of you, in regards to a romantic relationship, okay? So Capricorn, those are the messages that came out for you guys with this full moon total lunar eclipse energy. I am wishing you guys all the very best. Take care. Hi Aquarius, how are you? All right, so we're going to pull a card here to see which area of your life is potentially going to be the most impacted by this full moon total lunar eclipse. And this is your full moon, and it is the whammy of eclipses, the longest eclipse of the century, Aquarius. So this particular reading could not possibly encompass everything that you guys are going to experience, okay? So just keep that in mind. I highly recommend opening yourself up to many sources of different information about this full moon and total lunar eclipse for you personally, okay? So let's pull a card to see which area of your life is most potentially affected with all of this, okay? Energy. And we have the first house, and I feel like in some of the retrogrades and things that I've done, this card has come out for you guys. This is a big overhaul of yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you want other people to perceive you, where you see yourself in the universe, your place in life. What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? Like all the things that you consider to define yourself is what this is about. So Aquarius, there's major change coming in how you perceive yourself and even the personal goals and desires that you have set for yourself. It's like big overhaul of that energy, big shifts. So if you know you're somebody who feels like you're kind of awakening to a more spiritually based lifestyle, this total lunar eclipse might completely wake you up, and all of a sudden now you're making all these big changes in your life, switching to a much more organic lifestyle and way of being, you know, trying to become more disciplined with your thoughts and your emotions, things like that. Others of you, this could be where maybe you've really struggled with self-esteem, self-worth issues, and it's like you're finally like, nope, I am done with that. I'm amazing. I'm somebody, and the world's going to know it. It's just different for all of you, but the first house is what is coming through as far as where we're going to have the biggest changes. So essentially it's how you perceive and see yourself, Aquarius, is where you're going to see the biggest change. So let's pull some tarot and gain some more information about that. Yeah, some of you really want this change, like it's your personal desire. All right, so we have the Six of Coins that flew out in this direction, and on this side, you know, it's like I want to be in control of things, and on this side it's, you know, taking the initiative, taking the steps, taking the actions forward. And next you have this Nine of Swords in this position. So Aquarius, what this tells me is whatever these changes that you've been wanting to make for yourself, it's like you've felt very blocked for whatever reason, okay? Like I don't have the resources, you know, no matter what I do, my self-esteem stays the same. Like, you know, it's different for all of you. But this total lunar eclipse, full moon energy, is removing all these barriers from you, okay? So that you can be free, so that you can transform yourself. However, you know, that is for you personally. It's a big time change inside of you, Aquarius. So it's like if you've really been identifying yourself with a very specific like person, somebody that you're not with right now, and you're like, that's my soulmate, that's who I'm supposed to be with, through this full moon energy, all this shifting, you might be like, what? No, that's not who I belong with. That's not even who I am anymore. Okay, it's just some big shift on how you define and see yourself. And it runs deep. This doesn't just feel superficial to me. This runs very deep, Aquarius. All right, so let's see what the outcome is here. You look at that alchemy. Yep. Big time shift and change in how you see and perceive yourself, how you define yourself, the face that you're willing to show other people, how, you know, deeply or superficially you're going to let anybody know who you are before you really know them, okay? Aquarius, big time changes inside of you about yourself. Like, that's just across the board here. You know, I wish I could be like, it looks like there's going to be a big shift in your money, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a shift in your perception of you, and for the better, for the positive, and, you know, any sort of changes that you do need to make for self-improvement, having the resources and motivation to do so through this energy, okay? So very nice, Aquarius. Those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hi, Pisces. So let's pull a card to see which area of your life is most potentially going to be impacted with this energy. This is just a general reading, so that's why I say potentially. I feel it's this right here. Ooh, you got your 6th house. So this could be, you know, the service you give to others, you give to the world, your day-to-day routines, your health. That's all associated with the 6th house energy. So this total lunar eclipse, full moon in Aquarius, is going to shift and shake up energy for you guys in the 6th house, whether, you know, it's just your daily routine and all the responsibilities that you have. There could be big shift in that. You could be deciding to give more of yourself in the form of like charity, service, volunteer type of work, or, you know, start creating content to help people self-improve. The work and health, this could have to do with your job, okay? You could be in like the corporate world and really coming into a decision to switch your profession entirely to something more holistic or spiritually based, okay? Or just become your own boss in general. So Pisces, the 6th house, that's where these changes are coming into play. That's where this eclipse energy is doing its magic. So let's pull some tarot and see what is exactly. So like perhaps you've been having ill health, or you've just been struggling in that area. This could mean where, you know, you're just starting to feel better, or you are coming into new medicine and treatments to help you feel better, okay? Alright, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in this position, and we have the Page of Wands. So what I see here, Pisces, is where you've had the intention and the desire for some sort of change in the 6th house, but it's like you've been blocked. It's like, I have this idea, I want to move forward, but I can't. And, you know, however that, whatever's related for you personally with the 6th house, you've been very blocked. It's like you can't fully take off, you can't achieve, you can't manifest somehow, some way, and but you've had the intention, the desire, the motivation, the drive to do so, okay? So with this full moon total lunar eclipse, I feel like it's flipping this around to where you finally can make those changes and move forward. The phoenix rising out of the ashes. No more obstacles standing in your way. You know, no more restriction. It's like the wheel finally turns. So let's pull an outcome to this energy for Pisces. Well, okay, that was half the deck. So we know that your card is in this pile right here. Alright. Ooh, strength. So this is the outcome, Pisces. If you have been suffering with your health, it's like that, the huge improvement in that area, okay? Your health is going to grow stronger. You're going to feel more energized. Some of you, it's like you're going to come into new treatments or medications, or, you know, something along those lines that's really going to help you get back to this state of being, of feeling strong and full of life. Also with this, I feel these changes that you've been wanting to make in the 6th house, where you've been feeling very blocked, it's like now you are this unstoppable force, and nothing can stand in your way, because you see this tiger coming out of these flames, and here's the phoenix rising from the ashes, more fire, the flames. So Pisces, it's like you're going to be on fire. You're going to be a force that cannot be stopped, that cannot be pushed over, that cannot be defeated. Like, you will be very strong and powerful in your health, or whatever area of your life that this is specifically talking to with this 6th house energy. If it's like this routines of your life that need to change, the patterns of behavior, like, it's going to change. All right. If you hate your job and you want to go into a completely different genre of profession, now is the time. That the forces and energy are at hand for that, okay, Pisces? So where you've been restricted and blocked and held back, it's like through this eclipse energy with this Aquarius full moon, now you rise into your power and you realize the force in which you are, and it's like you can no longer be conquered by anybody or anything. You become the conqueror, okay, and make the necessary changes that you've been desiring for yourself in regards to this 6th house energy. Okay, Pisces, so those are your messages for this full moon total lunar eclipse. I highly recommend you check out your solar eclipse season video I did if you have not watched that already. I'm wishing you all the best, Pisces. Take care. Hello, Aries. Let's pull a card to see which area of your life is going to potentially be the most impacted, okay? And I say potentially because this is a general reading, so it may or may not apply, and all of you are going to experience this energy in very different ways. So let's see, Aries, which area of their life is most impacted? All right. Ooh, so you guys have the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. This is about those relationships that you feel like very intensely. This is about sexuality, okay? And since eclipse is about change, if you guys have been single and there ain't been no action in a long, long time, Aries, this could definitely mean that this eclipse is bringing you a new romance that will be a very emotionally intense experience, okay? Some of you, this could be where we're in a co-parenting situation, or we're splitting up assets and things like that. If there's been any sort of dispute and disagreement in that area of your life, this total lunar eclipse is bringing a change to that, okay? Ultimately, there's great transformation at hand for Aries with this total lunar eclipse, full moon. I just want to reiterate, it's the longest one of the century, so keep that in mind. Very powerful energy at hand. So let's pull some tarot here. All right, so we have the King of Cups and we have the High Priestess. So some of you are dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and the 8th house is the house of Scorpio, okay? And the High Priestess is associated with Pisces, so very strong Pisces and Scorpio energy for Aries, but also could include Cancer. So with this, Aries, what I see is you are getting very, very wise in regards to your 8th house energy. It's like, because this king, he's wise. He dispenses guidance and spiritual wisdom, helps other people. He could be like a sage almost, okay? And the High Priestess in this position is where the secrets and mysteries of life are no longer hidden from you. All is revealed. So with this total lunar eclipse, Aquarius full moon, for Aries, I see you guys getting very, very wise. Like you're seeing the truth about your intense relationships, your sexuality, any sort of resources you share on any level, your emotions in general, anything in any area of your life that you are seeking true transformation. It's like the veil is lifted off your eyes and you see the utter truth of a person, of the situation, of yourself, of the changes and improvements that need to take place to get where you want to go. It's like ultimate truth for Aries in the 8th house with this total lunar eclipse. So that could be for the good or the bad. This is just a general reading, so you have to apply this how it fits for you. And you know, really trust what's being revealed to you over the next month, all right? And trust yourself. So let's get an overall outcome. All right, so we have the Lovers. Aries, wow. And it just like did a little cartwheel. Did you see that? Aries, listen, for many of you, this is about a very intense relationship that you may live with this person, you guys may share a child, you may be disconnected from this person and you're in a co-parenting situation, you could be fighting with them over your assets, you know, it's different for all of you, but with the Lovers here, it's really an overhaul, a shift in energy in regards to your intense romantic connections, all right? Because some of you are with somebody that you love, but they don't like totally light your fire, right? There's somebody else that you think of that lights your fire, and you're not with that person, but you're with somebody else. And that's what all this could be about, where you've got to get true to yourself and realize unless they lighten you on fire, Aries, you're not interested, okay? You need that fire, that passion, that intensity to sustain you and feed your soul. You need that friction, because even though the friction can be really heavy when it's hard, there's no words when it's vibing high, right? So I feel like this is more like Aries really seeing the truth of themselves and their needs in regards to this 8th house energy, and knowing that they need to fill the flames, but also the person in their arms needs to fill the flames for them, or it's just not worth it, okay? So this is about deep, intense relationships and connection for Aries, this Aquarius total lunar full moon eclipse, all right? I would recommend you guys look at your your eclipse season video that I did that goes into these eclipses in much more depth. But, you know, for you guys, this is all about relationships, okay? And seeing the ultimate truth. So really trust yourself, Aries. Anyways, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care. Hi, Taurus. How are you? So I'm going to pull a card here to see which area of your life is most potentially going to be impacted. And I say potentially because, you know, this is a general reading, and how this energy plays out is going to be very different for each and every one of you. Some of you are going to feel it quite intensely, while others of you might not even notice it at all. And that's, you know, really contingent upon where you're at on your life journey and your soul lessons and evolution and all of that good stuff. So let's pull a card, Taurus, to see which area of your life is most likely to be impacted for change with this full moon total lunar eclipse. Ooh, you guys have the 11th house, and you know, Aquarius rules the 11th house, so this feels very potent for you guys. Taurus, this could be where, you know, something you've really been wanting is finally coming into fruition. And I will say this, I've never been a huge fan of the 11th house representing like wishes and luck and friends and social events. Like, it just, that kind of seems like scattered energy to me. So I've been learning Vedic astrology a bit, and I'm going to start tying that in to these readings. So for those naysayers out there that are going to be like, that's not what that's about, I'll be like, check Vedic astrology. Because that it's just so much more rich and deep with I don't know, I just feel like there's more to Vedic astrology than Western astrology. But with this, Taurus, I feel this is deeper than like a friend or a wish. This is a change inside of you that's pretty profound, a big shift inside of you, because again, Aquarius rules this 11th house. So let's pull some tarot here to gain more information. It could be that you're getting a wish come true, okay? Something you've really been wanting. You could be having a complete shift and overhaul in your friendships and your social status, your popularity. Maybe you're going to become more popular and more sought out. All right, so we have the Three of Swords and we have the Lovers. So with that right there, like I said, Taurus, this feels like more inside of you, where, you know, if you've really been mourning a certain relationship that's no longer in your life, I feel like this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse is shifting your perception about that relationship and that person, and maybe leading you to a place of wanting somebody new and really wanting to just let the past go, okay? Others of you, because we're in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and now we're having this, you know, full moon in Aquarius, total lunar eclipse. Some of you, this is where romance of the past is returning back into your life, okay? So it's really up to you, you know, because the very next card would be the Eight of Cups in this position, which is the return, a second chance at something, okay? So definitely there's relationships returning to Taurus because it's the 11th house. These are friendship connections for some of you. And this could just be like where you just lost touch with somebody. It doesn't have to be like there was this horrible end. It's like you guys just lost touch, and now here you are reconnecting, and you realize that you both have evolved very much in similar ways, and now you guys are going to be really good friends, okay? Whoa. And as I said that, we had these two cards fly out as outcome, and I said you'll be reconnecting with friends who have also evolved in very similar ways as you, which will allow you to be much closer. And we have the Star and then the Starseed that flew out as I said that. Need I say more, Taurus? So I feel like relationships you lost touch with in the past, or you know, became disconnected from for whatever reason, definitely some of those are returning during this next month, and it's because you guys are on similar vibes now. You guys have evolved and expanded in very similar ways. The Star is the representation of Aquarius in the tarot. So you have the 11th house, you have Aquarius, we have this full moon in Aquarius. I just feel, Taurus, this is very profound energy for you, and goes so much deeper than just this reading could even touch on. You know, do not only place the changes and shifting energy in your life in this 11th house, because with the Star and the Starseed falling out as like the outcome, I just feel this is taking place in many different areas of life for all of you, okay? Big time shift of energy where certain relationships are falling out of your life and new relationships are coming in, but you're also reconnecting with people that you've kind of lost touch with. And it's because you both have shifted to a very similar frequency of vibration and are sharing a very similar belief system about, you know, life, spirituality, all of that. And we even have the shooting star, okay, right there. So reconnections, but also I have to say there are relationships leaving your life, Taurus, but this is more on like your accord, where you're like, you know what, you don't fit into my future plans. Like, we are so different now. Okay, I mean, the star and the starseed, this is brand new beginning right here. And so the next month, Taurus, expect a lot of traffic in your life, meeting new people, reconnecting with people, and some people that I feel you're just going to send packing, okay? Because you are like, I feel like as we end 2018 and move into 2019, it's just a much more spiritually based experience for Taurus, for the Taurian energy in general, all right? It's just, I don't know, the spirit is really rattling your soul, and it's like you're moving from that place after these eclipses. So anyways, Taurus, those are your messages. Very, very nice. Again, I see lots of traffic coming in and out of your life over the next month. So those are your messages, Taurus. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hi, Gemini. So let's pull a card here to see which area of your life is most likely, holds the most potential to be impacted with this full moon total lunar eclipse energy. And I say potential because this is a general reading, and how this energy plays out for each and every one of you is so different, and to the intensity that you feel it will be different for each of you as well. Okay, so let's pull a card for Gemini. Ooh, you guys got the third house, which is your own house. So this is all about communication, conversation, and understanding, coming into an understanding about something. So Gemini, I feel for you guys, this total lunar eclipse in Aquarius is bringing about conversations that need to take place. Also conversations that you held back, where you kept the words unsaid in your heart. And now, like, it's just like, it's all going to come out, and we're going to express, and we're going to talk. Yes. Some of you, you've been holding a lot of hurt in, and it's finally like we're going to release this hourly. We have the third house. This is the Three of Swords, okay? So we have the threes going on. With this, there's been pain that you've held back in your heart, words that you have not said, okay, to somebody who means a great deal to you, with the Six of Cups dropping out. And through all of this energy, you are just going to come out with it and say what you've got to say. Also with this, Gemini, some people might come at you and say, Gemini, this really hurt. You really hurt my feelings when you said this, or you did that, all right? But this isn't all about pain. Some of you, it's like you've kept some very beautiful things deep within, unspoken, and it causes you pain that you haven't spoken them to that person, or you haven't spoken your truth to a specific group. Yeah, look at this. It's like a heavy burden. Many of you, ooh, I'm just going to put these two cards out. You guys have been holding a lot in, and it's time for it to all come out and be said. I've been feeling way too blocked. I don't have the strength to communicate. Look at that. So yeah, Gemini, I don't think you're going to be able to hold back. This is all going to be a very natural, organic process over the next month with all these shifting energies, where it's like you can't hold it in anymore. You have to speak your truth, because what I feel is we're blocked. We don't feel that we have the strength to say what we need to say for whatever reason, right? Or this is somebody dealing with you where they don't feel like they can express to you what they need to say. And now through this eclipse, finally the wheel turns and we can express ourselves even if we feel very afraid to do so, okay? So it's very positive, Gemini. Let's go ahead and pull an outcome card for you guys. It's all about conversations and communication, speaking our heart, our truth for Gemini. And some of you, you may have been trying to ignore your heart or your soul and the truth that's been trying to bring to you, and you won't be able to through this energy. Woo-wee, yeah, look at that. Just as I say that, higher self, yep. Your soul is taking control, is taking the driver's seat over this next month. Your ego does not have a chance, Gemini. So just keep that in mind. Your soul is taking over, and everything that needs to be expressed is going to come out so that you can clear yourself and free yourself, because ultimately with the higher self you're elevating, all right? And there's some frequencies and vibrations going on inside of you that need to be evened out. The energy within needs to be tempered properly, and that's what's taking place. And it comes through a lot of conversation and communication where, you know, there's a lot that has not been said that needs to be expressed for the freedom of you, or the freedom of you and another person, okay? And it just evolves you. So Gemini, quite powerful. Lots of conversations. Expect a lot of return with Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is your planet, right? It rules the 3rd house. So keep in mind that there's going to be relationships resurfacing in your life as well, where many of these conversations are going to take place, okay? So those are your messages, Gemini. I am wishing you all the best. Take care. Hello, Cancer. So let's pull a card to see which area of your life is most likely going to be impacted by this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse. And you know, this is potential. This is not set in stone. This is just a general reading, and frankly the way each and every one of you will experience this energy is going to be so different. Some of you will feel it quite intensely, while others of you won't, you know, maybe won't even notice it at all. It's totally contingent upon your personal life journey and where you are at in that at this time, all right? So let's see, Cancer, area of life most likely affected and impacted. Okay, so you got your 6th house here. Pisces also received this card, Cancer. So something about your day-to-day routine is changing. Something about potentially your health. If you've been really low on energy, not feeling healthy, it's like you're going to come into the motivation to do all the things that you need to do to change your diet, to change your lifestyle. You might come into new treatments and medications, okay? If you are suffering with an illness or a disease, you might come into some new treatments that are really going to help you feel better and recapture your energy. Some of you, this is where you are feeling a call within to give more of yourself to humanity somehow, some way, through volunteer work, through charity, all right? Maybe some of you, this has to do with animals and you want to connect with them and help them. Some of you might be deciding that you want to change your career, you know, your job, your work, your duty in life. Like if maybe you're a chef or an accountant and you're like, this just doesn't fulfill me. I want something else. Maybe you want to become a yoga instructor or a poet, or you want to start painting. You know, it's just there's something being activated inside of you in regards to your career, where you guys are wanting a shift. You're wanting to make a change. And, you know, eclipses totally take things out, right? Remove things out of your life. And full moons are the manifestation, bringing you the fruition. So this could be big changes for Cancer. So let's pull some tarot. we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So we have two knights, an earth knight and a fire knight. And what I see here, Cancer, is, yeah, you don't want the boring and the mundane, the day-to-day. Like, you really need a change in your life, like big time. You want more excitement, you want more adventure, and you're willing to do what it takes to get you there, okay? So honestly, Cancer, I feel like your life is about to take a step up a notch in excitement, where everything was, you know, you could expect people and events to happen like clockwork in your life, okay? It's like you just know it's the same story every day, and now it's not going to be anymore. It's like finally some big shakeup and change and excitement happening. You're re-energized with some passion and some creativity, you know, spirit pulsating through you with the Knight of Wands in that position, Cancer. So it's like everything's just kind of mundane, expected, boring, you know, just going through the daily routine. One day runs into the next, and now it's like, bam, here's this big change. Here's all this new excitement and fun. A new adventure begins. So let's get a outcome card here. Woo-wee, look at that. We have the Luna card. And we're talking on, oh my God, look at what the next card would be. We have the Star. And, you know, the Star card is the representation of Aquarius in the tarot. This is the Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse, and look at here, we have the moon and the stars. So Cancer, yes, there's big changes coming for you guys. I feel like this goes far beyond the sixth house energy, okay? The sixth house energy could just kind of really be all-encompassing, like the basket that holds a little bit of each part of your life and how you organize and put it all together, all right? And so with this, I just feel like there could be some major big changes and shakeups in your life, but all for the good. All for the good, leading you to better, expanding you into more, breaking up the mundane, boring, and routine that you've been plagued with, some of you, okay? So just because this is what came out as your outcome, Cancer, I feel like this is an incredibly powerful moon for you guys, okay? I'm just saying, based on what I see here. So with that said, Cancer, I am wishing you guys all the very best. Take care. Hi, Leo. How are you? Let's go ahead and get a card here to see which area of your life is most likely going to be impacted through this total lunar eclipse, full moon in Aquarius. And I say most likely because, you know, this is a general reading, so everybody will experience this energy differently and personally. So this is just general reading with information that potentially can happen, okay? So let's see which area of your life. Okay, right there. So you guys have the 10th house. Big time career energy, your achievements and status in the outside world. So Leo, if there's been like some sort of dream or goal that you've kind of put on the shelf, this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse might have you taking it off the shelf, blowing off the dust, and deciding, you know, can I make this real? Can I give this a second go round? Some of you, this could be where we're going to have a big time change in our career sector of our life, for whatever that means to each and every one of you personally. Some of you are going to achieve a goal over this next month that you've really been wanting to achieve for yourself, okay? So let's pull a card here, well, a couple cards to gain more information about this. All right, so we have the Empress and we have the Fool. Yes. Some of you, like your current company or your current career path that you've been on, you feel like it's reached its peak, it's reached its highest potential. And so you are ready to like shift and expand yourself to go take it up to the next level, or to go in a completely different direction in your career. And this is just something I feel like kind of just happens. Like you might have been thinking about this, but for some of you, it's like this just happens over this next month where you're like, you know what? This is what I want to do. I don't want to be in this job title anymore, or I don't want to be at this company anymore. Some of you, it's like you're wanting to have a life more off the grid, so to speak. You're wanting to adopt a more organic type of lifestyle. But ultimately, Leo, there's this change that is going to take place for you guys attached to this 10th house energy. And since this is general, it could be any area of your life, but it's like there's just something that you've outgrown and you're ready for big change. And it's going to happen. Like you see that shooting star with the Fool there. It's going to happen. The harvest has already been received. And you know it's time to let that go and move on to something new. So let's pull an outcome to that. Ooh, look at this. Your own card, Leo. Nice. Yes. It's brand new. You are going to have some strength and some courage and some bravery that you haven't had before. Where you're just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if I've invested 20 years of my life with this company. I'm ready to move on. I don't care if I've invested 20 years of my life in this one profession. I'm switching gears to this other thing because I feel true happiness and excitement in there. Some of you, it's like, I'm going to become an actor. I'm going to become a singer. I'm going to become a professional blogger. I'm going to put myself out on the internet, social media. My face is going to be seen. People are going to know who I am. They're going to know my message. Okay, if you've been, if that's a dream, but you've been shying away from that, this full moon total lunar eclipse is bringing you the energy and bravery that you didn't previously have. Okay, it's just like Leo's ready to get up and tackle anything in their life to make it into what they truly desire that will bring them longevity and happiness, because somewhere, Leo, you really feel like you've outgrown a person, situation, circumstance, career, company. It's like you've outgrown it and you're ready to cut your losses and move on to something new, and you're feeling it so strongly over this next month, okay? And so, Leo, those are your messages for this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hi, Virgo. How are you? Let's pull a card to see which area of your life is most likely going to be impacted with this full moon in Aquarius total lunar eclipse. And I say most likely because, you know, how this full moon energy and eclipse energy impacts each and every one of you is going to be so different. It has a lot to do with your natal chart, where you're at on your life journey at this time, you know. So this is just some guidance, some information. You know, don't bet your life on it. Just use it as a tool of guidance. And I highly recommend you seek out many sources of information and guidance about this eclipse full moon energy, okay? So with that said, Virgo, let's see which area is most likely going to be impacted with all this energy, at least according to this reading. Ooh, we got the second house. So your assets, finances, and the things that you value. So Virgo, there could be a change in your money situation, all right? This could be some unexpected money showing up. This could be money that's owed to you, finally getting paid out to you. This could be an unexpected win. This could be, you know, an unexpected loss for some of you, potentially, just because it's the second house, and this is eclipse energy we're talking about. But, you know, with full moons bringing forth a manifestation, I just feel like this is more of a positive thing, an increase, you know, some unexpected money. And it could be small or big, you know. This is just a general reading, so it's different for all of you. All right, Virgo, let's pull a couple tarot cards and see what comes out. Yes, look it. The wheel has turned in your favor. Wheel of Fortune, and boom, King of Coins right there. That's your energy. And in this position, he has done very well for himself. He's feeling very happy, very satisfied. So Virgo, what I see with this is the wheel is now turning in your favor financially, and that could be where money literally is just showing up. Abundance is just showing up somehow, some way. You're getting a raise, a promotion, you get a new job that starts paying you a whole shitload more money. This could be where you are coming up with some sort of idea to generate extra income for yourself, and it actually turns out to be incredibly lucrative, okay? So in life, sometimes there are blessings and miracles just handed to us, but most of the time we're given ideas or opportunities to get us in a trajectory of motion for success, okay? So pay a lot of attention to your creative ideas, your artistic abilities, and if you can make it into reality as a business, go for it, Virgo, okay? Whatever money-making ideas come your way over the next month, they are absolutely worth exploring, at least based on this reading, okay? You will have a lot of success. You will feel very happy and abundant with the money that is generated by it, okay? So looks really good. I see things turning in Virgo's favor, honestly, with this reading. Like, money looks good. There's a change in that energy for you guys, and there's improvement to that area of your life. So make sure whatever ideas come your way, you follow up on them, okay? Any opportunities that seem like small peanuts being handed to you over this next month, accept it, because you don't know what that can expand into or what those small peanuts are connected to open bigger doors for you down the road, okay? Just keep that in mind. So your outcome is, oh my God, abundance. That's your outcome, is abundance. And look at here, we have reason. This is the Empress and this is the Emperor, Virgo. If we were looking in if we were using a standard tarot deck, this would be the Empress and this would be the Emperor. So there's a balance in your finances, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the yin, the yang, okay? There's a balance of your energy internally, which I feel allows the will to turn externally, bringing you forth new abundance. Some of you are going to become your own boss, all right? If you have an idea, Virgo, please fill it out on every avenue that you possibly can, because I see many of you being self-employed and making quite a bit of money at whatever it is, the idea that keeps coming back to you over and over and over, and you're like, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. Virgo, yes, it is something, damn it. Just go with it, give it a shot, explore it. You know, the champion, the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. So keep that in mind and go for it, because you have abundance in money. You have abundance in money. You have the wheel turning in your favor. You have the king who is very wealthy and has done very wonderfully for himself. Somebody might actually finance and foot your idea and put money into your idea, okay? Because we have the Empress and the Emperor here. Some of you, this is like a business between you and your significant other, but it can happen. It can be real, and you can make a lot of money at it, okay? So, Virgo, those are your messages for this full moon total lunar eclipse. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hello, Libra. How are you? Let's pull a card to see what area of your life is most likely going to be impacted with this full moon total lunar eclipse energy. And I say most likely because this is a general reading, and this energy is going to impact each and every one of you quite differently based on your own natal chart and where you are on your life journey. So let's see, Libra. Okay, so you guys have the 5th house coming out. So your romantic dealings, your creative talents and abilities, children could be associated with this, your inner child, things that make you happy. So there's a shift of energy coming into play with this full moon total lunar eclipse over this next month in this area of your life, okay? So if you've been single, this could be where all of a sudden you've got a couple options. If you've had a lot of options and you've just been kind of playing the field, all your options might suddenly dry up, okay? It depends really on your life story and journey and where you're at on that. Some of you, this could be a creative talent that you've put on the shelf, and now you're taking it down and you're going to actually grow it and expand that part of yourself. And it could turn into something in the future, right? Turn into something much more lucrative down the road. Okay, so we have the King of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So, Libra, some of you who have been kind of hung up on somebody of your past, hoping and praying and wishing for like a second chance, second go-round, with this full moon total lunar eclipse, you might find yourself feeling completely over that person by the end of August, where you're just like, you know what, I don't even want a second chance, especially if it was an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's just like you're over it. You're healing. Libra is healing very deeply and profoundly in this 5th house energy through this total lunar eclipse. And you're just taking a step back from your life, more of like from an observation standpoint, and you're seeing people for who and what they truly are, and the way that they did treat you, and whether they honored you or dishonored you, and even if you loved them with your soul, it's like you're just seeing them for exactly what they are, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm over that. I don't want that anymore. If you've been very indecisive about it, it's like you're finally making the decision to release it and let it go and move on, because there's new growth coming into your life, okay? If this is a creative talent, artistic ability, you are taking a second look at it and realizing that even if in the past it's failed, maybe if I look at it and go at it through this approach, or I try this, or I grow myself in this way, I could make something out of this, okay? So it's like a renewed sense of hope and enthusiasm, optimism, and excitement for Libra, and a just natural willingness to release the past so that you could move forward into something much more abundant, prosperous, and lucrative, okay? Wow. So Hanging Man, yeah, Libra, this is like coming into a brand new perspective, just exactly as I just explained. And you're no longer in limbo. You're no longer in indecision land, okay? It's like you're naturally shifting into the perspective that's needed to free yourself from whatever this is for you personally. And that's what this total lunar eclipse, full moon in Aquarius energy is offering you, is that perspective to free yourself so that you can move forward, okay? So, Libra, those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hi, Scorpio. Oh, you guys are the very last reading. Let's see what comes out for you. I'm going to pull a card here to see which area of your life, whoa, is most likely to be impacted by this total lunar full moon, total lunar eclipse, full moon in Aquarius. And I say potential or most likely because this is a general reading. So how this energy affects you guys is going to be different for each of you. The level and intensity it affects will also be different. And the card that came out for you guys was the first house, and I believe the only other sign that received this card was Aquarius. So if you have an Aquarius moon or rising sign, very significant for you. Anyways, Scorpio, this is like big time changes for yourself, where how you're seeing yourself, how you want other people to see you, your place in the world, your personal gifts and talents. Who are you? What are you? What do you have to offer? All right, this is big time shifting energy, all about you and how you perceive you and how you want other people to see you and what you want them to know about you and what you want them to think about you. All right, it might be where, you know, usually you're very outgoing and you're open, and it might be through this eclipse where you're deciding to take a different approach and become much more closed and superficial to new people until you really get to know the real them, and then deciding who gets to see the real heart of you, okay? But it's like if you've been struggling with self-esteem, I feel like that's changing, and you're going to just start seeing yourself in a much more honoring light, okay? Yeah, look at that. We just had judgment fly out as I said that. Yeah, there's a atonement happening here. And Scorpio, I really feel as though if any sort of like negative, lower vibrating belief systems you've been holding about yourself and your value, like that's all changing. Okay, we're coming out of isolation. We're not allowing other people's opinions of us to define who we are anymore. Okay, it's like, wow, because this is card 20, so you have an X and an X, which would be 2 10s, and then you have 10. This is the first house. Scorpio, this is big time change inside of you about yourself more than anything else going on here. This is all inside of you. Also, things that you've done that you're not proud of. You're really going to be facing that. Facing yourself, all the good, all the bad inside of you, and not being afraid. Like, it's, wow. It's like an awakening to oneself. Even if you're already awakened, this is like taking it to the whole another level of self-understanding. Wow. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, Scorpio. I'm not sure there are many people in this world that could introspect to this depth inside of themselves, just seeking a little change, okay? But wow. So let's pull the outcome card here. I'm interested totally to see what's coming out with this deep, deep introspection, Scorpio. It's like you are done. You don't want to deal with people and their nonsense. Holy shit, look at what comes out as your outcome. Ascension. This is like the final. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we're introspecting so deeply, is because you guys are having a major shift. Some of you, this is like the moment of your awakening. Others of you, it's like you are about to have an expansion and an upgrade to your consciousness that you never even imagined. And in that place, Scorpio, you are going to be exposed to a bunch of different information and belief systems that are going to really just rattle your brains and your entire being, but it's to shake you out of your current paradigm to expand you into more. It's like, and look at this. This is card 21. So we have XX1, XX1, XX1. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, we're completing a cycle, Scorpio, and a new one is birthing. This is a very special and profound full moon and total lunar eclipse for you guys. 100. You see it with your own eyes right before you. Huge awakening, huge expansion of consciousness for Scorpio with these energies. So how exciting. Honestly, this is the biggest reading of all of them. So no wonder I was about to say saving the best for last, because man, your guys' reading just hits it out of the park. Nobody's having deeper soul growth and consciousness expansion through this Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse than a Scorpio. You guys are going to the next level, that is for sure. So those are your messages, Scorpio. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.